Good day of Shabbos. This week we mentioned the term DVS, Delusionary Victim Syndrome. What does that mean? So I tried to explain, but my wife told me this is something that needs to be explained so much more deeper, so we're going to attempt to do so. And this is something that I mentioned is based on the pasuk Kisnua Leah. The Torah says that Leah was hated. So you see already from the Ramban, as a Shaykh that Yaakov Avinu hated. He hated Leah. So the Ramban says it's in comparison. But the question is, Kisnua Leah, did that come from Yaakov or did it come from Leah? What does that mean? So many times in life, we feel like someone hates us. We feel like someone, mamish, just wants to get us. We feel like we're the victim. And that is natural. It's natural. We feel sometimes, we look at someone, and maybe even someone close to us, and they're looking so angry at us. And then we think to ourselves, for sure that person's upset at us. For sure the person doesn't like us. And the more insecure we are, the more we think that they hate us. So what's the antidote? How do we fix something like that? The first thing is, we have to know, Dan is chaveru lechavschus. Even when it says that Leah was snua, it comes from the comparison of Avas Rachel. How much did Yaakov love Rachel? He loved her so much. Leah naturally felt like she was hated. Chas v'shalom, that Yaakov Avinu was over l'sisna sachicha b'vavecha. The Torah says you can't hate someone. Yaakov didn't hate. According to the Ramban and the second Pshat, Leah only felt in comparison relative to Rachel. How does that apply to us? Because so many times, like we said, we look at our relationship with someone and automatically we feel like they hate us. And they don't hate us. And they're probably going through something. And the way to take care of it is two ways. Number one, turn to Hashem. Leah, what did she do? She could have sulked. She could have been depressed. And she could have thought in herself how she's going to get back at her spouse. Instead, she turned to Hashem. Chazal says she would cry to Hashem. And what happened? Vayiftach es rachma. Her womb was opened up. She was blessed with being mamid. Us, we're part of the tribes, whatever tribe we're from. Number two, learning to discuss either with the Rebbeinu Shalom or with our spouse or with our friend, the one that we thought is our friend and now he's looking at us very strange and he's looking at us very mean, to go over and say, is everything okay? I feel a little bit disheartened. I feel a little bit distanced by you. I feel like maybe there's something going on and I want to work it out. Being honest and truthful in a relationship is the most precious gift a person can give to someone else. And so many times, especially in let's call it the American society or the polite society, or the politically correct society where we're not allowed to say anything, and so many times we should have said something. I had a student, he called me and he complained to me. What was his complaint? Someone that I've been trying to bring close, to be mechazik, but he was going through terrible things. He was smoking weed. He was just very dysfunctional. And as much as I tried to help him, I told him, you need therapy. You need to work things out. I want you to have a good life. Anyway, what happens? He calls me up and says, I just sent you a lady, a girl that I want to date. And she told me, you told her I smoke weed. So first I said, listen, I told her, I don't know if he smokes weed anymore. I haven't been in touch with him for 3 months. But number two, and I tried to explain to this person, and in the beginning he was screaming at me, and he was ready to curse me, and I thought, what? I said, listen, only someone that loves you is going to tell you the truth. Someone that doesn't care about you is going to let you go and build a family and have a dysfunctional family. So please take it from love. I'm telling you. Build yourself up for the next few months, and the therapist will call me up. And then I'll tell the girls that call me and say, can I go out with this person? I'll say, for sure. And amazingly, this person said, after screaming at me, Rebbe, you're right. Every one of us has to turn to Hashem and say, please help us. Never feel like we're the victim. We've been victimized before we first turn to Hashem, and we speak to Hashem, and we speak to the person, and make sure that we're not just perceiving it from things that we deduced. And Hashem should give the strength that we should never have sinner for sure not from within ourselves and from no one else either. Have a gewaldige Shabbos.